What up, nerds?
Hi, everybody.
Camera's over there. Hi.
You're
What's
over
up?
here. We're right here. My name is Danica.
My name is Branton. We're here to talk about comics. Thank you for actually joining us on this day of our day. What is it, game 4? Game 3?
Four?
One of them.
One of the games.
I don't mean to be facetious. I truly just can't remember which one it is. And that actually, for this area, means quite a lot to us.
I think if I look at like Twitter hashtags, maybe
Because
it will work.
Edmonton, the place we live, the Edmontons, versus Calgary. Very vicious rivals, very cranky boys, fighting on the ice. I do not mean to demean any of this because, like, y'all are having fun. Now, I will, however, demean our store's next door neighbors who have been too cowardly to put their troll information on their van during the Battle of Alberta. Now, they were all happy to write horrible things, including homophobic slurs, on their van, disparaging our local team. And yet, once it's Alberta and Alberta, they're too cowardly to be trolls. Well, sounds like you don't have any convictions at all, you ding-dongs. Also, that you're just hateful bigots.
That is true. It's very true. They had a lot of art.
It was bad.
On their van.
Yeah.
Is there new art that I haven't seen yet?
No, not lately.
Okay.
Because they, again, have been cowards. Now, good in the sense that they're not putting more hate out there. Interesting in the sense that, like, they're cowards.
Fight me. I just think we need another rainbow flag in the window. A bigger one.
It's true.
Yeah.
One that maybe, like, encroaches on their space.
Oh, I did that. We're good.
Good.
That would be so funny.
So
I'm probably wrong, but I want to piss them off, but I don't want to piss our building management off.
yeah. So I believe it's 2-1 for the Oilers then if it's gam for.
Oh, I don't know. Oh, wait, what was I doing? There was literally just pictures. When you look up, like, the hashtag,
of course, yeah.
It's not useful.
That's why I just, like, Google search Oilers.
That's fair.
Ooh.
Like, it's...
They're winning right now. Good for them.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, what's happening?
I don't know.
That's not good.
I'm still here.
That's weird. Okay, sorry everybody. The camera is supercharged right now, so I have no clue what's happening.
So I'm seeing camera here. Are you seeing camera there? I just want to double check there.
It came back on my computer, but just let us know.
Okay.
Yes. The answer to most questions in life is more rainbows.
Indeed. Now the trick will be first to cover their camera on the back door
with a rainbow.
because also these people have a camera on their back door because they want no one to park in those spaces when they're not open.
They're paranoid bigots.
So they'll sometimes put up pylons, and also they have a lock around their outdoor plugins, which you can turn off and on from the inside.
Yeah, they don't do that.
And as I was told one time by some gentleman who was deep frying something out back, because that's probably a great idea and something that the landlord would just love, complained about sometimes the homeless use their power. Oh no.
They need it more than you.
Homeless people charge their phones. Like, what? Nah. Okay, that's gonna cost you what?
Cents?
Ridiculous.
Absolute sense.
Absolute shenanigans.
Hey.
Walk into the sea.
Run. Run, don't walk into the sea.
Tom Cruise sprint into the sea.
I mean, we know a lot of artists, so maybe.
Just conviction in your eyes and your arms like blades and just run.
Look out, blade hands.
Yeah.
What was that Comicsgate thing? It was something blade hands. I don't remember what it was, but it was funny because it was stupid.
Anyways, ding dongs.
Yeah, don't be a ding dong.
That's one of the rules.
If you're watching this show, you're probably not. But if you are, just in case, don't.
Boom.
Boom.
Yeah, good times.
Yeah, so we are not going to talk about the state of the world right now. We are going to distract from it. There is very little we can say. So we're not going to. Just please know this is me addressing it. I'm not ignoring it. I'm trying to just focus on stupid little comics and distract you for an hour.
That we can do.
Yes, that we can offer.
So up top, I mean, not entirely appropriate. However,
is it ever?
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly.
We have The Return of Dwellings. So Dwellings is a comic series by Jay Stevens, good old Canadian boy, who does sort of Harvey comic style stuff like Casper the Friendly Ghost and all that kind of stuff. But murder, maybe? We have that good first issue. We got that good second issue. And now we also have that good third issue. Ladies and gentlemen, it is it's wonderful, honestly. It's a little stabby, it's a little dark. But it's a little fun. And honestly, it's just like really good Harvey Comics art, which is what I grew up on. Casper the Friendly Ghost digests, because I am an Eggs Benedict, my friends. And that's a joke for 4 people. Eggs Benedict is my first D&D character. He is a precious bean. And as I discovered, maybe after the second outing, I was like, oh, Eggs is how I wish I could interact with the world. Super optimistic, just believes the absolute best in everybody. Unfortunately, until they prove him wrong. Yeah. He's not very upset about it, but he's just disappointed. Not in like I'm just disappointed, just sort of like a little heartbreaking. I feel for the little guy. Anyways, yeah, growing up reading Casper the Friendly Ghost. That's at the core of my comics foundation right there. But yeah, super love the retro comics. All of these are $6.66 Canadian.
There we go. All right, next up, we've got Classified Yager.
Tasty.
Haunted by the torture he endured in a Nazi POW camp during World War II, French Algerian spy Idris Morel, my stupid nose is itchy, is hell-bent on exacting. I can't. If I shake it, it tickles. I can't. Hell-bent on exacting revenge against his captors. Tasked by MI6 to hunt down escaped Nazi war criminals with falsified death certificates. With the official sanction of a government colleague, Morel embarks on a one-man espionage mission to ensure that the escapees are brought to justice. This music is really going along with this plotline, by the way. On his quest for revenge, Morel must find redemption or risk becoming like the very monsters he hunts. So, yep. Oh, cool. It's from Fair Square Comics, so it was a digital comic first.
It's the same folks who did the Ladybird.
Yeah, I read that. I read the whole thing.
And the Mutiny magazine that I get.
That's true. Just making sure that was in the right place.
We've got a new Spider-Man Exodus 2099. Now, you might be thinking, Number 1, well, there was already a Spider-Man 29 Exodus number 1. Hard wrong.
Oh, Marvel.
There was a Spider-Man 29 Exodus Alpha because they hate logic. Still a good story. It does take place in the future where
$29.99.
people say shock instead of cussing. This introduces for the first time the Winter Soldier 2099. So I know the good spec pokes. The spec pokes are out there. So if you want your Spider-Man 2099, like I know you do, you weird 90s babies, you. I'm a weird 90s baby.
We're all weird 90s babies.
I mean, I guess not a baby in the 90s, but like
growing
a
up
baby in the 90s.
We were born in the 80s, so we could be 90s kids.
Y'all are going to want this. Now, if you bought the Exodus Alpha issue, we got you covered. Of course we do. That's just who we are. But if you do want this, you're going to have to get that request in.
That one's for you.
There you
are. Sean would like a 2099 in his file.
I'm going to write it down just in cases. I'm pretty sure it's there.
No worries. Yeah, I can't keep writing things down because I'm not at the store, so my notes would be useless.
I'd have to get her to send it to me, which she can.
I can, actually. I can email it. So that's been a huge help. And I'm going in probably once a week just to kind of recoup and do paperwork and organize that. Because otherwise, nobody's going to do paperwork. Nobody's going to file anything. I'm calling you out.
That's on me.
It's fine. It's fine. That's literally been my job for 7 years. It's fine. I'm just being mean.
I don't like it. Though.
I know. That's why I do it. What's up next? There we go. There's the other cover.
So remember Devil's Reign? It was that big Daredevil crossover-y thingy that Chip Zdarsky was writing. Well, they're spinning a few little things out of that. So Chip takes the main story, and there's a few other stories past that. You get your good, sweet Daredevil stuff, moving things on with those characters and what's coming up next, especially considering what's happened to the characters. I'm not going to spoil that for you, silly goose. Not yet. Until Daredevil 1 comes out, because that's really the crux of the story. But you can also get yourself a sweet Peach Momoko cover. Now, I know some of you out there are like, I like all Peach Momoko covers. I'm going to tell you this. Some of you forgot that one.
But Brandon didn't.
Sometimes I feel good about that, and I'm not going to lie. I am bragging tonight a little bit on some of these. Just feel like, I feel good. Look at me, shoulders.
You're good at your job, kid. You're good at your job. Yeah.
So fierce.
Yeah, there you go.
Swear. You need some pads up in here. Like full on 80s, just like.
You need to feel empowered.
Pow, pow. Delta Burke this shit.
You're an 80s businesswoman.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. I love it. It's far too warm in here for shoulder pads right now, so I'm actually glad I
open that window.
Can we? Because the sound would be...
The sound actually... Because these microphones are pretty good.
Yeah.
That's why you can sort of get... You can still hear that, but not too bad.
My mom's going to think I'm killing you in here.
There's been no murder. It's okay.
Oh, my God. Now, I don't know whether to not open the window to punish you or to open the window to save me.
Yeah. I think you should open the window. That will be great.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna talk about my boy stuff until then. We've got DC versus Vampires, the Hunters series, with this neat little homage cover to the 90s.
That's so true.
Yeah.
Even I know that cover.
Exactly. Like, I super love what they're doing with some of these covers. I love the DC versus Vampire series because it's sort of like a little bit of a whodunit and a little bit of surprise. No, basically like the good parts of the new version of Battlestar Galactica where you didn't know who were Cylons.
Oh, okay.
It's kind of like that.
Yeah.
Because sometimes you're just like, yeah, things are going well. Oh no, that's not good. Because some of them are secret vampires. And that's not good.
You know, if you're a vampire, you have to tell someone because that's entrapment if you don't.
I love that one tweet. What is it? It's basically just like, hey, would you like to hear the good word about vampirism or something like that?
Oh yeah, and they were like, that's a myth or whatever.
Like, oh please, just invite me in and I can explain everything. It's a better joke than that, but
yeah, it's really great.
Thank you, Ben.
Thank you.
Feeling a bit weird tonight, honestly.
Yeah, the last 2 weeks have been odd. Not bad. It's just odd for me not to be at work that much.
Indeed.
I'm still getting things done. I'm definitely not getting as much done as I usually do. My work hours have probably gone down by about half. Just because there's only so much I can do at home.
Oh, exactly.
Plus taking care of mom, plus keeping the house clean, plus attempting to defrost dinner for Brandon so he can actually cook because I can't cook.
She did good. It was very tasty. We had calzones from a Batista calzone.
Yes, we didn't technically cook. However, I forgot to defrost them, so I cooked them from frozen because I am a 20-year-old college boy.
It's pretty good. It was really tasty. She did a good job. I can confirm.
I turned the oven on, Brandon.
So also, this is written by regular series writer Matthew Rosenberg, with art by I want to say, is it Nick? This bugs me because no, it's Neil. It's Neil Googe. I love his last name.
He's probably called the Googe by his bros.
I've loved his last name since before he was getting like good gigs. He was doing some work for a British publisher called com.x.
How is that even remotely searchable on the internet?
I mean, back then, the internet was new, truly.
So it was the 90s then.
I mean, like the accessible internet.
Oh.
Not
so
for
like early 2000s.
Not for like parents who are tech savvy.
Okay. I was raised by a dad who was tech savvy, so I was online like way earlier than a lot of kids.
Yeah.
So I don't know what actual parents are like.
Some of y'all didn't spend time in the library trying to help some poor people download a Fiona Staples, not a Fiona Staples, a Fiona Apple music video for 25 minutes.
And it shows. Oh my God, I love it. Oh.
The Googe.
All right, next up we have Fox and Hare.
I'm really excited about this.
Yes, art by Stacey Lee. I love her stuff. She was working on what, Silk for a while?
Yeah, she was.
Yeah, she's so good. When black market coder Aurora Yee uncovers top secret data that has tapped into the past lives of the citizens of Mazu Bay, her world is turned upside down. The mega corporation Sinastri Designs wants its data back and is hot on her trail. Aurora has no choice but to turn to the Fox and the Hare, the most feared mercenaries in the city, for protection. I like it already. I mean, I liked it already like months ago, but I like it already.
And truly, Vault is just good people. They're good people making good stuff.
Yeah.
They're very conscious about everything. And yeah, very excited to get this into my comics gullet.
Digest it into your face.
The old CG.
All right, next up we have a new story arc, Unnatural Blue Blood. It will be 10 issues.
It's back, baby.
A few years have passed since Leslie saved the world from hidden dangers and came to understanding her true nature in the process. Everything seems to be working out, and not just for Leslie and her newly formed family, but for the rest of the world as well. But appearances can be deceiving. A new threat is about to disrupt Leslie's peaceful existence, and once again, her life will never be the same.
I was hoping it would just be 10 issues of like chill times.
Yeah, just hanging out in coffee shops.
I call that the Giant Days / Runaways method, which I super love. Hi, Bing.
Hey, buddy. All right, we have. What is this called again? Sorry. Oh, it's on the back.
5 bullets, 6 men.
Oh, no.
From writer Todd Black and artist Alex Garcia comes a noir thriller original graphic novel that will keep you on the edge of your seat. A city known for crime. A crime that will shape the city. 5 men, all rulers of the underworld, are dead, shot in a crowded room, yet no one knows who did it. A detective must find the truth and unravel the mystery of the 6th man. I like myself some noir. And
it's black and white, no colors.
It is black and white from Source Point. I will fully admit, a lot of times from Source Point, I'm just like, not sure about that. This looks really good in terms of the art, in terms of the lettering. I'm very excited to dig into it and let y'all know.
And the book itself is beautiful. Like they did
noir.
A great job. It's like a tiny trade.
Exactly. And I think that's a good way to sort of like get out some concepts these days. Just get out your concept. Do a nifty, tasty morsel, a good chunk, and get that in the gullet.
Put it in your gullet. Next up, we have.
Speaking of crimes,
Pearl. Pearl's back.
Yep, it's the 3rd arc in this Yakuza romance story. One of the reasons why Bendis and Gaydos wanted to do this, Brian Michael Bendis and Michael Gaydos wanted to do this story, was to explore different areas of crime, but also not just do like, yes, Yakuza crime stuff. Very interesting from white people. So they wanted to focus on kind of a more romantic angle. It is outstanding. These are the co-creators of Jessica Jones. They're applying their craft in a very interesting new way. Bendis has talked about this before, but like, he almost died that one time. Real bad. And so when they approach their storytelling now in their creator-owned stuff, in everything, they go like, what's the most important thing that we want to say now? And so they keep wanting to push other boundaries and tell stories in newer and interesting ways. And it does show, especially in Michael Gaydos' art. If you look at it from Jessica Jones to this, there's sort of like a nice new neon noir take to it, which is, I know, very contradictory in terms of terminology, but when you look at it, you're just like, I mean, yeah, that's kind of the flavor of this. Very cool stuff. It also has that good Peach Momoko variant cover.
Yes. All right, next up we have volume 2 of the horror anthology series, The Silver Coin.
We usually don't bring volume 2s, but I love The Silver Coin, and so you're being subjected to it right now.
Oh no. So every story starts and ends with the silver coin that follows people. It travels through, goes through time, goes through many, many, many hands. A lot of people end up getting murdered because it is a horror anthology, so please be prepared for that. It is fascinating, and it's got some of the top creators from comics today.
Each issue, almost each issue, has a different writer. Except for Michael Walsh, the artist who is at the core of it. He writes the last bits of each arc. Each arc has sort of a loose theme to them, but they have, like Danica said, the best creators working today. The next arc has James Tynion pitching in. This one has Ram V.
Josh Williamson, Ram V, Matthew Rosenberg, and Vita Ayala.
Yeah, that's a murderer's row.
Top tier.
The last one had Chip Zdarsky, Kelly Thompson, 2 other people, Jeff Lemire.
Oh yeah.
And
I mean, if you remember this just by your own, that will be amazing, but I will pull it up.
Thank you, because I'm forgetting that last one.
It's okay.
Ed Brisson,
yeah. There you go. Yeah, no, it's been phenomenal.
So much Canadians in it.
There's been stories I haven't liked, but like any anthology series, you're gonna like most of them, you know? I mean, it's still strong enough to keep you going.
I think the first silver coin volume is mostly Canadian.
It might.
Chip,
Yeah.
Ed.
Is Kelly Canadian?
I don't think so.
I don't
but
think so.
Jeff is.
Well, Jeff is very Canadian.
That's
3 out of
3
4.
out of 5.
5? Oh yeah, Michael. Hey, we're taking over. And they've already got the date for volume 3, so that one will be out in November.
I need a John Cena horn on here.
Yes, you do.
We always do. So a good chunk of this stack is from UTP. UTP has a whole bunch of really interesting stuff.
Which is the University of Toronto Press.
Yeah, they're a great distributor. They're a very mindful distributor. They are also the folks that we can get Silver Sprocket from up in Canada. And speaking of Silver Sprocket, we've got a couple of zines from them here. Do you have a cervix? Self-explanatory. And also how to make soap without burning your face off. Also fairly self-explanatory. This one helps you with your cervix stuff. This one helps you with your making soap stuff. That's just how these go, baby. So yeah, a lot of what we're getting from them are very informative bits that are helpful for the folks. And the other stuff is just basically how to live in the world. So we've got a mix of that in here for sure.
Okay. Yeah.
Do you have a cervix that will burn your face off?
Look out. It's haunted. Let me see, Sean, if we have volume 1. So I'm just going to remote into work.
Oh, you don't even have to remote in. You can check on our website, variantedmonton.com.
Oh, yeah.
Where,
I always think of things from the admin side, and I never... Whatever.
Where most things now. Thank you to the wonderful help from Juliana and Andrew.
Yes.
Really killing it, getting everything on our website. My goodness, this has done so much. And honestly, our web sales have gone up quite a bit. Stuff's coming in pretty much every day, honestly.
Yep. Every day there's something different and it's amazing. And I need to be out of my staff account. Loop.
Oh, staff account. Fancy.
I'm staff. Oh, right.
It looks like we are out of it at the moment.
It's probably just because I haven't updated the ISBN.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, we're only mostly through the horror stuff right now.
Yeah, actually, yeah. Andrew's just been plowing through the ISBN, so we actually have more and more on that is listed on the website and is correct as the inventory. So yay! Juliana and Andrew are superstars. We would not be here. It would be like 6 months from now, and we'd be like where they are.
Press
it's
button
great.
for get a superstar. You're a superstar.
That is what you are, coming from afar.
I'm run away
to another place.
The last parts don't apply because
I don't know.
you're your bosses, and that gets weird.
Weird. Anyway, what's this book, Brandon?
So Eric Shanauer, who was the writer of the Wizard of Oz, Scotty Young stuff from Marvel, did a whole bunch of Wizard of Oz stuff himself, has also been doing the Age of Bronze, which is like a deep go through of Greek mythology. Has actually done a little bit of a spin-off dealy-hoo. Phignia in Aeolus, is what I'm saying?
I have no idea.
Basically,
it's all Greek to me.
Takes the classic play by Euripides.
Thank you.
Anyways, and add some sweetheart to it, and it gives it a nice new look. I really dig the Age of Bronze stuff. This is a really nice addition to that, a little addition to your Age of Bronze, or if you want to pretty up some of your classic plays, you can make that happen with this one. I'll explain it, but it's a classic play. Spoilers for something made in the time of the Greeks.
Because there's no more
which was
Greeks
at least
anymore.
50 years ago.
At least.
At least.
That's technically true.
Yeah. What would you do if the gods demanded that you sacrifice your eldest child? That's a decision facing Agamemnon, leader of the Achaean army. Achaean
Thank you.
army in the Trojan War. Oh, thank you so much. Because I'm still probably
Iphigenia.
Iphigenia. Thank you.
Like if you're in Virginia. I'm so sorry. I'm not that sorry.
Why are you bad?
I was gonna say I married you.
I mean,
you brought me down to your level.
What would you do if you suddenly discovered that your father had decreed your death? That's the decision facing 14-year-old Iphigenia.
I'm so sorry. So close.
Who expected not a death sentence, but a wedding.
Oh, those are very different things.
When she arrived at the army camp, in the army camp in Lewis. I'm so sorry. The story plumbs the depths of human despair and scales the heights of human ability. Time has failed to diminish the power of this classical Greek tragedy since Euphrates wrote it in the 5th century BCE, which is
at least 50 years ago.
At least 50 years ago. It blasts both the human heart and the human mind. Edward Inhorn's vital new translation and Eric Shanower's evocative illustrations together propel the reader into a fascinating new experience of this ageless story. I will say that Eric Shanower has done so much research into a lot of the stuff. So what you're getting here is going to be very accurate and very good. It's good stuff. Thank you, Patrick. All of our shenanigans are not meant to ever belittle. It's just more belittle ourselves, honestly.
Oh, yes. All right. Whoa.
We've got
a couple. This is very cool.
A trio.
Yes. So we've got, this is a series. Forgiveness is really strange. Anxiety is really strange. And trauma is really strange.
It's basically these gorgeous depictions of, how to deal, more or less. They also have some French flaps.
I do.
And
look at this. It's beautiful.
Goodness gracious. Look at those interiors, my friends. So
I think they had, we've had in the past and possibly still do have this touching is really strange. Touching, I think, is the other one.
Yeah, it was out of stock at the moment.
Ah, I see. Oh, I love it. They use the French flaps for references.
They sure
do. You can open the flaps.
But yeah, as this one says here, what is trauma? How does it change the ways our brains work? How do we overcome it? Squeeze any human hard enough and they will be overwhelmed. This comic explains the strange nature of trauma and how it confuses the brain and affects the body. With cat and mouse metaphors, essential scientific facts, and a healthy dose of wit, the narrator reveals how trauma resolution involves changing the body's physiology and techniques that can achieve this. Now, it also does that for forgiveness, for this was trauma, for anxiety.
Yep.
From the same artist is Camouflage, the Hidden Lives of Autistic Women. What is autism and how does it differ in women compared to men? And why is autism in women so often misread? This graphic novel explores the experience and difficulties faced by women on the spectrum, such as late or incorrect diagnosis and having to master the art of pretending to be, quote, normal, a fascinating insight into an underappreciated condition. So really getting into some stuff, and as it says on the back of these are, or at least this one anyways, ages 11 plus.
Nice.
So nice, easy ways to explain a lot of complex stuff. There are a lot of words, but it is done in a very, very awesome manner.
Excuse me.
You better.
Please don't assume the books are doing this. I had a long day. I actually had my 7 a.m. meeting and I didn't take a nap today, so I'm a little slow.
Sean is right. I don't know if you put that up or not.
I didn't. But I could hear it.
But it
so
is.
we're all good. So I don't know if this is Cat Gamer or Cat and Gamer because the little and is wow, we are freezing. This is fun. I'm just gonna keep talking. Level up with a new feline friend. Rico, a 29-year-old office worker with an obsession for video games, finds her quiet life upended when she takes in a stray cat. Having no experience with pets, Rico uses lessons drawn from video games to guide her in cat care. While her cute companion tries to understand Rico's behavior and personal obsessions through a cat's worldview. So I have read this one. It did show up a couple days ago, so I was allowed to take it home. It's very sweet. It's a little frustrating how she knows literally nothing about cats, but that is the story, and I shouldn't get mad at a fictional character. I thought I'd call myself out.
How dare you?
I know. There's also mini comics from the cat's perspective, which are very sweet.
We also have some learning to speak cat, fake muse. Having trouble communicating with your feline friend? This is the book for you. Gain confidence to chat with your kitty on a variety of subjects and avoid unnecessary misunderstandings. Page by page, this important guide will help you gain valuable insights into a wide range of cat behavior, as well as providing you with the skills you need to form a deeper connection that you so crave. Also, it has the Frenchest flaps that I've ever seen in my life.
Amazing. All right, next up we have another one I have been lucky enough to read, Galaxy, the Prettiest Star. So I was waiting for this one for a while. It's phenomenal. It takes strength to live as your true self, and one alien princess disguised as a human boy is about to test her power. Taylor has the perfect life. Good looks, good grades, starter on the basketball team, a loving family, even an adorable corgi. Every day in Taylor's life is perfect, and every day is torture. Taylor is actually the galaxy-crowned, an alien princess from the planet Cyandi, and one of the few survivors of an intergalactic war. For 6 long, painful years. Sorry.
I'm going to hit a random one of these.
My apologies. For 6 long...
Hello, it's my Moon Knight.
For 6 long, painful years, Taylor has accepted her duty to remain in hiding as a boy on Earth.
I forgot what that button was.
That all changes when Taylor meets Metropolis City Catherine, Call Me Cat, Silverberg, whose confidence is electrifying. Suddenly, Taylor no longer wants to hide, even if exposing her true identity could attract her greatest enemies. This was amazing. And it's been so far away that I was a teenager. So things were just like, oh my gosh. But it's beautiful, and I really look forward to more work from those creators.
Very cool. I've forgotten what most of these buttons do, so I'm going to play a game next time you on.
Sandy Cohen loves you, bitches.
There we go.
I love you, bitches. All right, we have Search for Who. All right. How do you pronounce TSE as the last name?
C.
C? Okay, perfect. Thank you. Aaron C. lives for his family, but if he's not careful, he'll die for its secrets. When he left the military, Aaron's first thought was providing for his aging parents, but their bar is experiencing hard times, and one night it shot to hell, with his parents critically injured in the attack. And this was no ordinary robbery. Aaron's mother reveals that she fled China to escape a blood feud between the Jewish and Chinese sides of her family, both of which are powerful organized crime clans. Peace existed between these two families, the Hu and the Margolis, but now it's been broken, and Aaron must protect his parents from further violence. Aaron hops a plane to the homeland he never intended to explore on a path to revenge he never wanted to walk.
El Revanche.
It is a revenge story, co-written by Steve Orlando, who's kind of known for revenge stories.
Oh, yeah. What's that one that I'm thinking of, which is like the Puerto Rican one?
Virgil.
Oh, my goodness.
Virgil.
Virgil's
it's
so
good.
That's one of the ones that we ended up doing for... Oh, no. It wasn't one of the ones we ended up doing for the Men Behind the Mask ones. That was his other one.
Crude.
Thank you.
You did Crude.
Crude is so good. About different forms of masculinity in like a hard crime world and all that kind of stuff. With Russian politics and a whole bunch of stuff thrown in. My goodness. It was so good to mine, basically, with a group of folks actively looking to dissect basic forms of masculinity. I wish we could do more things like that. That might be something we explore maybe in a more digital format, like book club stuff.
I would love that.
Yeah.
We could probably do that over Zoom.
I'm pretty sure. Batman versus Big B. Now, what does this mean? Who's a Big B? Well, Fables was a long-running series, 150 issues. And when I say 150 issues, I mean 149 regular-sized issues plus issue 150, which doubled as the last trade, issue 20 or volume 22. Because both audiences were very voracious and the creators wanted to deliver the product at the same time so no one gets spoiled on the ending. Now, Fables has returned, and first they did a Batman versus Bigby. So right now you have Fables 151 that's going to go for 12 more issues, telling a new story. Fables is basically sort of like Once Upon a Time, except I would say less Shazam-y and
Less
more
TV gloss.
Yeah, less TV gloss and more sort of like with the patter of like you're learning a fable with sort of like a more adult bent to it. I really enjoyed that series when it was coming out. And this one is sort of like a direct sequel. Batman's coming in here. Bigby Wolf is, was the Fabletown sheriff. And he's still a protector in a lot of ways. So somebody's scouring Gotham for a very powerful book, and they're covering their tracks with acts of horrific book-related terrorism. That book's powers flows from Fabletown, which means it's fallen to Bigby Wolf to cross the dimensional divide and find it before it lands in the wrong hands. But unfortunately for Bigby, the Batman doesn't take kindly to interlopers in his city, and neither man backs down easily. It's a boy fight. It's
Interloper.
a boy fight. Boy fight.
All right, we've got this beautiful hardcover of Primordial by this man called Jeff Lemire.
Jeff.
All right, let's see here. In 1957, the USSR made history by launching a dog named Laika into Earth's orbit. 2 years later, the US responded with 2 monkeys, Abel and Baker. These animals never returned. But unbeknownst to everyone, they did not die in orbit. They were taken. And now they're coming home.
Yeah, they are.
Fantastic.
This book is wild.
Oh, yeah, it's a lot, which is delightful. And honestly, a really good buy in hardcover. Wow, this is gorgeous.
Also, take off that dust jacket. Take a look at what that looks like.
Oh, snap.
Look at the boy. Look at the good boy. And then look at the other good boy. 2 good boys. It's just 2 good boys.
2 good boys going to space.
She's going for distance.
I got it right.
She's going for speed. She's going all alone. All alone. In a time of need. And she goes, oh no! Oh no!
I'm so sorry. Thank you for indulging my jokes that are about 10 years too late. That just means that I make a great uncle.
Oh, that's true. So currently a softcover is not dated for release, but I expect them to release one later in the year.
At this point, with the paper scheduling, I would expect it to be about March of next year.
Oh, heck.
Yeah.
Right.
They are currently, we are doing orders for manga for November.
Yep. So pre-orders are more important than ever, folks.
Ding! We've got King Spawn, What's this about? This one actually has a synopsis on it, which I love. Instead of the last one, which was basically like, you know who's great? Todd McFarlane's great. He's done Spawn forever. Guess what? This spawns a story. The king is coming. The time has come for Al Simmons Spawn to accept his fate. Is he to become the true king of hell? To sit upon the God throne, all capitals, and unite the dynamic,
No. Demonic.
the dynamic factions under his singular banner? Or will he walk away from the throne, throw down the crown, and let the servants of hell fall into chaos, potentially bringing the world down with them? Old alliances are to be tested, and once thought banished enemies return with powers to rival Spawn himself. An organization working in the shadows for years, known to just a few as the Court of Priests, has been manipulating Spawn. They have been moving him slowly towards his coronation to be the new true king. And now that day is upon us. Will it happen? The series is called King Spawn. I don't say this as a bad thing. I love Sean Lewis is doing this.
I think it should have been called King Spawn. With like a
So then you
question
don't
mark?
know, right?
Yeah.
It's a series and you just don't know what's going to happen.
You're on the edge of your seat every issue.
So I love Sean Lewis. He has done some phenomenal works. Again, my brain is not working for me, but The Few was one of my favorites. It's basically like a Lone Wolf and Cub, but in like frozen North survivalism territory. Oh my goodness, it's so good. And Herman Sherman? No, that's not his name. The artist on it. My brain is not working tonight. I don't like it. He does some absolutely outstanding work, really extending scenes. So when people break, you break as well.
And thumbs.
Oh, right.
He
Thumbs.
did thumbs.
They both did that together. What is the artist's name, please?
Of thumbs?
Because it's not Herman Sherman.
Hayden Sherman.
Thank you.
So
It's Herman Sherman.
I
Doing
didn't
art.
I didn't know what you were talking about. It's okay. It's okay. It's almost over. The pain will stop. We also promise you the pain will stop. This will be over soon.
Still got a little stack.
I know.
Little stacky.
Well, just to remind everybody, you've all consented to watching this show. But what does consent really mean? Let's find out.
It's an important question.
Yeah, it's true. So you learn more about consent and what it means for you by following a group of teenage friends chatting on their way home from school. So it's pretty cool.
I do think that these books are so very vital.
Oh, yeah. No, all ages stuff about consent. I mean, my gosh, there's adults that should really be given these books, possibly after being hit in the head with them. But
This
then
one's a
given them-
hardcover.
Yeah.
Look at that.
There's a reason for it.
Shadoinks. Rabbit Chase, which is a good Indigenous tale on a class
Ooh,
trip
I like the art.
to offer gifts to, I am not going to be able to do that.
Payansag? Payansag? There's two A's.
Taayeh and Sag. Apologies. The secretive yet clever water spirits that protect the land. Amy accidentally wanders off from the rest of the group. Suddenly, they're transported down the rabbit hole to an alternate dimension where the land is being taken over by a greedy queen, where even the most more dangerous adversaries dwell in the dark waters. Working with Trickster, Amy must overcome their self-doubt to save the land. But can they do it before Amy's chances of returning home are lost? Aww.
I tried to Google it. It did not work. I love the art. Oh my God.
Isn't it cool?
Oh, it's so pretty.
It's really cool.
Oh, yeah. I think that might be my first read tonight. All right. Ooh, Juando's Spectro.
Tell me, Wando.
4 terrifying tales rooted in a cosmic game of twisted karma and phantasmagoric horror. What is at stake when sentient technology manipulates a man with projections of his desired self? What are the consequences of excommunicating excommunicating a member of the 9 planets. I know. What is discovered?
Someone to talk tonight.
I know, right? What is discovered when an explorer travels to Mars to ascend the tallest mountain in the solar system? What happens when a scientist aboard the International Space Station is confronted with the most horrifying aspects of humankind? In what realm of fear do these stories exist? Spectro.
Ooh.
This should be very, very good.
Yeah, this last batch is all from UTP, so it is a roller coaster. We've got Tangles, a story about Alzheimer's, and my mother and me. What do you do when your outspoken, passionate, and quick-witted mother starts fading into a forgetful, fearful woman? In this powerful graphic memoir, Sarah Levitt reveals how Alzheimer's disease transformed her mother Midge and her family forever. In spare black and white drawings and clear, candid prose, Sarah shares her family's journey through a harrowing range of emotions: shock, denial, hope, anger, frustration, all while learning to cope with a devastating diagnosis and managing to find moments of happiness. Tangles confronts the complexity of Alzheimer's disease and gradually opens a knot of moments, memories, and dreams to reveal a bond between a mother and daughter that will never come apart. Don't know why this might be applicable to my life.
Drawn to Change: Graphic Histories of Working Class Struggle. Let's see, these are all pull quotes. Okay. Many pull quotes. All right, well, I'll just tell you what the contents are, I guess. So we've got things like Dreaming of What Might Be, The Knights of Labor in Canada, 1880 to 1900. Coal Mountain, the 1935 Corbin miners' strike.
Oh, yeah.
The Days of Action, the character of class struggle in 1990s Ontario, among other things. There's a lot.
So what I like about ordering from UTP is instead of it just being like, yeah, here's like a bunch of American stuff and information, you actually get some Canadian stuff, including the Direct Action Gets the Goods, a graphic history of the strike in Canada.
Hey.
The Graphic History Collective. So again, a lot of pull quotes, but it does what's on there, including like basically different eras.
Yeah.
Basically different timelines that have in the back well referenced. And a whole thing from basically the founding, honestly, of Canada a little bit before, all the way to the current day. So yeah, why would we have things like this in our store? Seems weird.
So if you are interested in the history of strikes in Canada or work struggles for yourself, or if you are an educator and you'd like it for your classroom or library, we can access these books for you. And having Canadian history is obviously beneficial to everybody. Please email us, comics@variantedmonton.com, about our teachers and educators discount. It is 20% off all that you would be buying for your classroom or library. Next up is But I Live: 3 Stories of Child Survivors of the Holocaust. An intimate co-creation of 3 graphic novelists and 4 Holocaust survivors. But I Live aims to teach new generations about racism, anti-Semitism, human rights, and social justice. So, I won't go into it just because we are going a bit long. But.
And the art in this is absolutely outstanding. Super gorgeous. Like all these different stories, they're just the way that they use different colors and all that kind of stuff.
It's got new book smell.
It sure does. And then we have the revised and expanded 500 Years of Indigenous Resistance. When it was first published in 2010, the 500 Years of Resistance comic book was heralded as a groundbreaking illustrated history of Indigenous activism and resistance in the Americas over the previous 500 years, from contact to present day. with this new edition, author and artist Gord Hill has revised and expanded the book and is now available in color for the first time. So it's got a whole lot in here, including a lot of Canadian stuff, which again is something that we are very big on making sure we get in our stores. Our mini store, our store. Yeah. So yeah, heavy at the end, but we got in so much good content from UTP. Very excited to finally get a lot of these in our store, and we don't ever want to just placate and say like, oh yeah, we believe in these things, blah blah blah. We want to put action behind it, and some of that action is making content available. It can be construed as just like, oh, making money off of it. I completely understand that, because like there's the capitalism angle to like everything that we end up doing, so that we can keep doing this tour. But it's a little bit of what you choose to spend your time on in terms of your business and whatnot. There's a million things to do in a day, and we want to choose to be mindful, and we do so in every second that is available to us, and we learn, and we get better, because sometimes we're not perfect in this. We're figuring things out, and I don't think anyone can be perfect in any of this. If you're thinking of one thing, you're not thinking of another. It's a lot of...
No, the moment you think you're perfect, you've stopped growing, and you need to continue growing. You
Exactly.
always need to grow and learn how to be a better human.
And so when we approach people, we always want to give them a chance to learn and to grow. That's the way that we approach a lot of things in the store. We've had conversations with folks where they might say something, we give them a 1 of just like, hey, that's not okay to say here. We give them the 2 of just like, no, but we were really serious about that. This is something very important. You can't do that. And a 3, like, you're gone. Like, that's full on. It shouldn't be, things shouldn't be said in the first place, but if you're not giving a person a chance to better themselves, that's not going to work. Once they prove that they're not going to grow, that they kind of refuse to, that's when we have a problem, basically. So a lot of this stuff is about us growing as well. Very, very cognizant of that too. So.
Well, thank you so much for listening. Oh yes,
I loved that.
I did hear about that gentleman.
I saw that. That was
fabulous, great. Fabulous. Yeah, we're part of what is called small capitalism. So generally, it's not the bad capitalism. Like billionaires are where the changes need to be made, but communities are where the changes are going to happen.
We try and do what we can. We try and support who we can, and yeah, do so with trying to be able to sleep and continue. Yeah. Running a small business is hard.
It's very hard, but I think we've done a good job.
I think so too. I think we're landing pretty good.
I'm proud of us.
Yeah. All right, folks. Thank you all for watching. This is the time show.
Oh.
Boop, boop.
Thank you.
Oh, that we look through our magic mirror and we see all those wonderful people out there who have been talking with us tonight. Thank you all for being here for us. Please know that we are here for you as well, and we appreciate you. So we want to say hi. So, looking out there on this game night, thank you for being here specifically. I see Sean. Hi. I see the one and only Foley, and you can too.
Tomorrow, 11 to 7.
I
11 to 6.
I love doing
30.
that.
I'm so bad at that.
He's in store Thursday or Wednesdays to Saturdays. Yep. And you can catch him there all but for the last half hour of most days. Also, I see Jason Switner. Hello, sir. I see Kate. Hello. I see Ben. I see Bing. Thanks for popping in. Do. And I think that's.
Did you see Patrick?
Did I see? I did. I didn't when I scrolled by. I do now, though.
You might. Hi, Patrick. Thanks for joining us.
See? Accountability. It's my accountability buddy right here.
Oh, I like it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that's part of what makes us a good team is that we're accountability buddies to each other.
Yep.
Yep.
And good friends.
Yeah. Yeah, I think you're all right.
Aw, that's really nice. All right, folks.
All right, let's go read some comics. Thank you so much for joining us.
And we will see you all very soon. Bye.